You will need to move the front, red arrow, and rear, yellow arrow, engine covers, along with the air ducts, green arrows. Please see our article and video on engine cover removal for additional assistance by following the link at the end of this video. The fuel rail and injectors are located on both the left and right side of the intake manifold and partially hidden by the wiring loom and EGR hoses, red arrows. The fuel rail is a single piece and connected by a piece of pipe that runs along the rear of the ECU unit. To remove the rail and injector, begin by disconnecting the two wiring connections on the left side of the motor, red arrows, and slipping the harness off the fuel rail, yellow arrow. Pull back on the wiring bracket on the right side only for the connection to the ECU, red arrow. This will separate the wiring connection. Tilt the ECU back out of the way with the left side wiring connection still attached, red arrow. Use a T30 torque and remove the ECU mount on the right side of the intake manifold, yellow arrows. Use an E10 torque and remove the fasteners holding the wiring loom in place, red arrows, on the right side of the valve cover. Use a T30 torque and remove the single torque screw connecting the wiring loom harness to the intake manifold, yellow arrow. Disconnect the wiring from the coils by using a small screwdriver and pushing the clip back and then gently squeezing the clip and sliding the connections off, red arrow. Use an E10 torque and remove the bolt holding the ground wire in place, red arrow. Continue to use the T30 torque and remove the two screws holding the wiring harness bracket from the rear of the motor, red arrows. Disconnect the wiring from the air pump, red arrow. Remove all the electrical connections from the front of the right side cylinder head, red arrows, and move the wiring harness off to the side. Use an E10 torque and remove the wiring harness connectors from the left side bank, red arrows, including the one on the lift eye on the rear. Next, remove the two T30 torque screws, red arrows, holding the left side ECU bracket and release the EGR hose from underneath it, as indicated by the yellow arrow. Pull the EGR hose from the top of the throttle body, red arrow, and move the hose out of the way. The connections for the injectors are small and can be brittle and in a tight spot. Use a small flathead screwdriver and pop up the gray clips, red arrow, and then gently squeeze the clips and pull the connections off each injector. Even though the engine should have been sitting overnight and you have removed the fuel pump relay to try and get the fuel out of the fuel rail, there still will be some. Unscrew the Schrader valve cap and wrap a screwdriver in a rag and press in on the end of the Schrader valve, red arrow. This will release the remaining pressure in the system. Gas will come out, so be prepared to catch and dispose of it in accordance with the regulations in your area. Use a 17mm wrench and separate the fuel line from the distribution rail, red arrow. Some fuel will come out, so again, be prepared to catch and dispose of it in accordance with the regulation in your area. Remove the 4 E10 torque bolts holding the fuel rail to the intake manifold, red arrow. You can now pull the fuel distribution rail out of the manifold. The rail is just held in place by 6 O-rings between the injectors and the manifold, so you should be able to wiggle and pull it straight up. Immediately plug the injector openings with a clean rag or paper towel. The openings lead directly to the combustion chamber and you do not want anything falling in there, red arrows. If you pull the injectors, you must replace the O-ring on the lower part of the injectors, red arrow. If you do not separate the injectors from the rail, you do not need to replace the upper O-ring. Apply a little white lithium grease when reinstalling the injectors back into the manifold. Disconnect the wiring connection, red arrow, from the tumble flap sensor, yellow arrow. There is a small gray tab that faces the rear of the vehicle. Use a small flathead screwdriver and lift the tab up, and then gently squeeze the tab and separate the connection. Separate the wiring connection on the tumble flap sensor on the left rear section of the manifold, red arrow. Reach down under the throttle body and separate the wiring connection, red arrow, for the throttle body. Make sure to clean the area around the intake runners as best you can. Over time, a lot of dirt and debris can accumulate there, and you don't want it falling into the intake ports. Use an E10 socket and remove the 8 bolts holding the manifold to the motor as indicated by the red arrows. Lift up the front of the intake and separate the 2 lines going into the manifold, red arrows. Use a small flathead screwdriver and gently pry the hoses back from the clips. With the hoses free, you can lift the manifold up and out from the engine. Immediately place some rags or paper towels into the intake ports to prevent anything from falling into the ports, as indicated by the red arrows. You can now address the issues with your intake manifold as well as replace the knock sensors. Installation is the reverse of removal, and do not forget to install all new gaskets. Thanks for watching. Click here to view the original article along with hundreds of other DIY content for your car.